Shabbat Shalom. We are about to begin our Yizkor service. Yizkor is remembrance. We remember here to hold space for the souls who transition, people who were important to others for whom Temple Israel Alameda was their spiritual home, and people whose deaths being Jews. Indeed, most of us are into this service through prohibitions, feeling that it is not right to participate in Yizkor if you have not lost someone immediately connected to you. In fact, that is not at all why the Yizkor service was created in the Middle Ages. This service exists because our ancestors needed space to remember community members slaughtered by crusaders and other communities murdered by other neighbors for being Jewish. Unfortunately, this year we remember another tragic rift in our collective consciousness, October 7th, 2023, and all the deaths since then. We are creating space to honor those who have died, who were meaningful to us as individuals and to us as Jews. We begin with Eli, Eli on page 540. Let's continue together at the top of page 541. This is the hour of memory, and this is our house of comfort. Wounded by loss, we retreat from life. Our synagogue gathers us in. Into this place, we bring stories and prayers, unanswered questions, tears that need to be shed, lives recollected and carried within us, moments of courage and laughter and pain. This day embraces them all. This place embraces us all. Now the heart opens in sorrow, for we are time's subjects, and all that we love we must lose. So let us hold fast to the love that remains and cherish the light of the sun. Today all of us walk the mourner's path. Together, may we find strength. We continue with Shaviti on page 544.
Shaviti Adonai, l'nei tami, emi ba'emo, ahatzabak libi, Vayagel Kodi, Apostari B'mot Netzach, Shaviti Adonai, the Varek Kilos Azov, nafshi lisha, lo titen hastara. Odieni orachayim, orachayim, zoatenachot et panecha, enimot b'min kanetzach, sheviti Adonai, l'nesdi tamid, kimiminu ba'enot.
Let's continue together in English with As a Deer Yearns on page 549. Words of faith and tradition. As a deer yearns for streams of water, so I yearn for you, O God. My whole being thirsts for God, for the living God. Hear my prayer. Let my cry come before you. Do not hide from me in my time of sorrow. Turn your ear to me. When I cry, answer me soon. My God, my soul is downcast. Therefore, I think of you. We continue with Adonai Ma'adam on page 555.
Adonai, my Adam, Tedaelu, Ben Enosh, v'tachavehu, Adam, Adam, v'tzama, Yemav, k'tzeoveh, בבוקר יצאת וחלף, לערב ימחה ויבש, השב אנוש, עדכה ותאמר, שבו בני אדם, שבו בני אדם, שבו, שבו, שבו בני אדם.
Let's read together Psalm 121 on page 556. I turn my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from the eternal, maker of heaven and earth. God will not let your foot give way. Your guardian will not slumber. See, the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The eternal is your guardian. The eternal is your protection. At your right hand, by day the sun will not strike you, nor the moon by night. The eternal will guard you from all harm. God will guard your soul. The eternal will guard your going and coming now and forever.
Esa el harim me'ayin, me'ayin yavo Ezri, Ezri me'im Adonai, Ose shamayim, shamayim, v'aretz ha'iten amot radlecha hayanum shorecha Hine lo yamun lo kan shomer Yisrael. Adonai shomerecha. Adonai tzilka yaminecha. Iman Hashemesh lo yatecha. Ve'areach b'layla. Adonai yishmorcha mikol ra, yishmor et nafshecha. Adonai yishmor tzetecha, uvaecha, ve'ata v'olam.
Let's read together the echo of your promise on page 561. The echo of your promise based on Psalm 77. When I cry, my voice trembles with fear. When I call out, it cracks with anger. How can I greet the dawn with song when darkness eclipses the rising sun? To whom shall I turn when the clouds of the present eclipse the rays of tomorrow? Turn me around to yesterday, that I may be consoled by its memories. Were not the seas split asunder? Did we not once walk together through the waters to the dry side? Did we not bless the bread that came forth from the heavens? Did your voice not reach my ears and direct my wanderings? The waters, the lightning, the thunder remind me of yesterday's triumphs. Let the past offer proof of tomorrow. Let it be my comforter and guarantor. I have been here before, known the fright and found your companionship. I enter the sanctuary again to await the echo of your promise. We are now entering into personal memory space. This is a time to reflect on those whom we have loved and lost. No matter how long it has been since a loved one died, the whole remains. May we take time to remember all that they taught us. May we be gentle with ourselves if we grieve for unfinished conversations. Our books of remembrance include all the people whom our congregation remembers at this time. Due to time constraints, I will only read the names of our loved ones who have memorial plaques in our sanctuary. As I read the names, you might want to begin reading the next section of the Yizkor Service through page 582. We will have silence after these names to hold space for our personal reflections before continuing this service. We remember Evelyn Abrams, Melvin Abrams, Louis Abrams, Shirley Abrams, Florence Adler, Lillian Adler, Louis Adler, Donald Alexander, Bessie Altschuler, Herbert Altschuler, Carl Applebaum, Jenny Applebaum, Samuel Applebaum, Fred Atlin, Nellie Atlin, Fred Bardoff, Jacob Bardoff, Jane Bardoff, Libby Bardoff, Fega Barlas, Jack Barlas, Pinchas Barlas, Gertrude Barone, Jacob Berman, Katie Bernstein, Marcus Bernstein, Sadie Skiggin-Blatt, Simon Blatt, Libby Bookspan, Herman Boros, Frank Braun, Samuel Braun, Sarah Braun, Anna Brown, Harriet Brown, Morris Brown, Major Robert Brown, Delbert Campbell, Leon Kaplan, Annette Carlo, Benjamin Carlo, Bertha Carlo, Gail Carlo, Jack Carlo, Robert Carlo, Minnie Sharon, Barry Cohen, George Cohen, Judah Cohen, Henry Hank Cohen, Francis Cohen, Rita Ritz Diamond Cohen, Cantor Simon Cohen, Angelita Korkos, Celia Korkos, Joseph Korkos, Leon Korkos, Sidney Korkos, Carl Craner, Anna Dayan, Charlotte Daniels, Harley Davidson, Minnie Davidson, Esther Davis, Cameron Davis, Michael DeHaan, Sidney DeHaan, Leonard Deutsch, Bella Dorfman, Evelyn Dorfman, Leo Dorfman, Morris Dorfman, William Dorfman, Bet Drucker, Irving Drucker, Goldie Falk, Herman Raymond Falk, Adolf Feldhammer, Berta Feldhammer, Ben Feldman, Joseph Farrow, Gertrude Fertig, Israel Fertig, Francis Fiedler, Ashley Fine, Tilly Fine, Hannah Finberg, Leo Finberg, Michael Finberg, Yetta Finberg, Michael Fink, Arthur Finkel, Joseph Forgash, Molly Forkos, Kathy Fox, George William Friedman, Shirley Lorraine Friedman, David Louis Frankel, Estelle Frankel, Joel Frankel, Sarah Frankel, Anna Frogel, Fanny Furr, Samuel Furr, William Gallagher Sr., David Garfinkel, Diana Garfinkel, Wilfred Garfinkel, Wilma Garfinkel, Manfred Gates, Margie Gates, Rabbi Gunther Gates, Gretel Gates, Morris Gladstein, Charles Gluck, Harry Gluckman, Paul Gogol, Ruth Gogol, Rose Goldbert, Sam Goldbert, Judel Gold, Sadie Gold, Jenny Goldfarb, Jonas Goldfarb, Belle Galoob, Jack Galoob, Bertram Goodstone, Sylvia Goodstone, Louis Gottsman, Rose Gottsman, Barbara Graber, Victor Graber, Anne Green, Dan Green, Ethel Greenbaum, Etta Greenberg, Isaac Greenberg, Joseph Greenberg, Lillian Greenberg, Carolyn Guess, Hy Gurman, Harry Hankin, Marta Hankin, Albert Harris, Betty Harris, Carolyn Harris, Nelson Harris Jr., Elise Harosh, Hanina Harosh, Joseph Harosh, Milton Hartstein, Minnie Hartstein, Sam Hassan, Morris Hellman, Rachel Hellman, Anna Heskin, Aaron Heskin, Etta Gottsman, Welkus Hirschman, Bianca Hopp, Ellis Irving, Helen Irving, Professor Herman Ivantosh, Bertha Jacobs, Frank Jacobs, Mona Jacobs, Samuel Jacobs, Saul Wolf Jacobs, Walt Jacobs, Etta Jacobi, Henry Jacobi, Harry Jaff, Rose Jaff, Michael Camby, Pauline Kameni, Rhoda Greendorfer Caption, Geraldine Kaplan, Lois Kaplan, Robert Kaplan, Shelley Kaplan, Arthur Kapler, Gustav Kapler, Rose Kapler, Annie Karolitz, Sam Karolitz, Nancy Fenichel Carlin, William Carlin, Doris Kaufman, Ernest Kaufman, Samuel Kay, Fred Klein, Maurice Klotz, Pearl Klotz, Abraham Kaufman, Mort Kaufman, Sarah Kaufman, Eric Cohn, Shirley Kopel, Clara Kof, David Kof, Maurice Kof, Rose Kof, Ethel Kraus, Morris Kraus, Sam Kraus, Hyman Krongard, Solomon Kutin, Kathy Quasman, Sally Levine, Irving Lieb, Nathan Leffler, Samuel Leonard, Alexander Levine, J. Talbert Levine, Alexander Levy, Gus Levy, Mindelbos Labe, Herbert Lewin, Sally Lewin, Walter Linden, Fanny Litvak, George Litvak, Audrey Lurie, Herschel Lurie, Irving Lutz, Elaine Well Lyon, Patricia Gogol Malakoff, Ben Mandel, Margaret Mandel, Ernest Mandel, Josephine Mann, Dr. Nathan Mann, Adele Marcus, Benjamin Marcus, Dottie Marks, Harold Marks, David Marmer, Ruth Maxwell, Dan Myers, Marion Myers, Anthony Aaron Miko, Jack Mihailovich, Arthur Turi Mihailovici, Kato Mihalovici, Peter Mihalovici, Moishe Ben Nissan, Mary O'Donnell, Milton O-Ring, Oppenheim, Rose Patch, Ania Panietz, David Panietz, Harry Panietz, Roberta Papas, Dr. Sam Parker, Zelda Pollock, Bertha Reagant, Samuel Reagant, William Reagant, David Samuel Rendell, Helen Rendell, Leo Rendell, Beatrice Ryback, Harry Ryback, Mike Ryback, Nathan Ryback, Belle Rifkin, Robert Rifkin, Simon Rockowitz, John Martin Salinas Jr., Bela Samuel, Cesarel Rivka Samuel, Dolores Samuel, Leah Samuel, Leo Samuel, Malka Samuel, Moisha Samuel, Rachel Samuel, Yitzchak Samuel, Barbara Sayre, Max Schlachter, Benjamin Schneider, Ruth Schneider, Harry Schoenberg, Abe Schwartz, Manny Schwartz, Melvin Schwartz, Josephine Schwartz, Nathan Schwartz, Sam Schwartz, Rachel Seltzer, Samuel Seltzer, Alan Serlin, Mildred Serlin, Herta Shapiro, Helen Sheridan, Louis Schuster, Emmanuel Sidorsky, Frida Sidorsky, Mike Siegel, Felicia Silberberg, Irving Silberberg, Louis Silberberg, Ernest Silton, Gertrude Silton, Fanny Silver, Jacob Silver, Minnie Ski, Dvorah Smilovitz, Meyer Smilovitz, Ann Sobel, Oscar Sobel, Dina Sobolev, Hosea Sobolev, Fern Sokol, Gertrude Solomon, Louis Solomon, Herman Sonnenschein, Lee Soskin, Mort Bud Soskin, Georgie Wagner Stahl, Martin Stahl, Celia Stevens, Elliot M. Stevens, Lonnie Stern, Adelheid Strasberger, Isaac Strasberger, Aronka Steinberg, Sidney Steinberg, Max Toback, Abraham Todfeld, Rebecca Todfeld, Sylvia Todfeld, Leon Todfeld, Louis Todfeld, Margot Wachtel, Jerome Jacob Wagner, Annie Warshaw, Morris Warshaw, Henry David Whale, Herman Naftali Whale, Alfred Weiss, Ava Barlas Wendell, Martin Young, Selma Mervis Young, Louis Zimmerman, and Lynn Zucker. We continue with Biyado on page 583.
Bayado afkiruhi v'erishan v'ayra v'imruhi gaviati adoi li v'lo ira v'imruhi gaviati Adonai li v'lo ira. My soul I give to you, my spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear, safely in your hand.
The public Jewish loss in the past year is almost beyond words. I have tried to place our experience in historical context over the course of this holy day. It is impossible for me to express our communal loss in my own words. Therefore, I will read a poem from the book Shiva, Poems of October 7th. This poem is by Asaf Gur, an Israeli journalist, lawyer, and musician. The title of the poem is Kaddish. Kaddish by Asaf Gur. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, and no one came. Many thousands called to him on Shabbat morning, crying his name out loud, tearfully begging him just to come. But he had ceased from all his work. No God arrived, and no God provided comfort. Only Satan celebrated uninterrupted, dancing between kibbutzim and the festival of slaughter. And our correspondent goes on to report, sobbing all the while, that there is a burnt baby and an abducted baby. There is an orphaned baby and a day-old baby, still linked by the umbilical cord to his mother. He wasn't even able to learn his own name. That will be inscribed on the tiny headstone with a single date for birth and death. That is what the kibbutz looks like after Satan's visit. Turning the broadcast back to the studio. Quiet now, they are shooting. They are launching rockets. There is no government, there is no mercy, just the screaming and the images that will never leave the mind. The 7th of October, 2023. We continue with Psalm 23, Adonai Roy, on page 593.
Adonai roi lo exar bino desher yarbitzeni al mei menuchot yisad aleini Nafshi Yeshovev, Yankeni b'magi letzedek, ינחני במגדי צדק למען שמו. גם כי אלך בגץ המוות לא ירא רע, כי אתה עמדי. שבטך ומשפטך המה ינחמוני. תערוך לפני שולחן נגד צורריי. דשנת בשמש ראשי אוסיף תרעיה. הטוב וחסד ידפוני כל ימי חיי, כל ימי חיי. וישבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. אדוני רואי לא אחסר, אדוני רואי לא
We remember those who died in the past year. First, I will read a poem by Ido Ganiram, a member of the Search and Identification Unit 2024, titled God Full of Compassion, which is based on the Jewish memorial prayer of the same name. Then I will read the names of those we have loved and lost here at our community in the past years. God full of compassion. O God full of compassion, who dwells even in the refrigerators, grant true rest to those bearers beneath the stretchers, with the virtues of patience, vigilance, determination, walking carefully on a stairway to the sky, to the souls of those who escaped from the body bags, in order to open them for the doctors and the identification team, because we, therefore, O merciful one, hide difficult memories from us forever, and bind up yourself the severed limbs of the people, the souls, the sectors of society. Hell is the inheritance of their past. May they rest in the Garden of Eden and stand side by side when the crises arrive, and you will say, Amen. We mourn our members, relatives, and friends who passed away between last High Holy Days and today. Karen Bell, Carol Foreman, Phyllis First, Bruce King, Mark Klein, Kenneth Kaufman, Yossi Kuzu, Scarlett Lehman, Dick Levine, Linda Minster, Marshall Minster, Brian James Newberg, Karen Ogerzalek, Henry Saunders McCoy Jr., and Lee Soskin. Please rise as Cantor Jacobs chants El Malay Rachamim, God full of compassion, on page 598.
El Malay Rachamim, Shokein Mamromin, Amsei Menukal of Korah, Hakamfei Askina, Im Keroshim, Uktahorim, Kezohar Tarakia, Masirim, Lishmor Yachirehu Shelachu Leolamah. Yizkor Achim et Maratam, Adonai hu Mahalatam, V'hanekav Shalom, Amishkavayim, Amen.
You may be seated. One service cannot hold our individual and collective grief. Together, we can support one another through the reality of loss. We do not have to pretend that our grief doesn't exist, nor do we need to worry when it ebbs and we are once again able to participate in life. May the souls of all whom we are remembering today rest on the wings of the Shekhinah. May they find true rest in the Garden of Eden. Before we say Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's cottage, I will read the names of those whose yortzites fall this week. This week we are remembering Joseph Schwartz, Oliver Hess, Sally Zingarelli, Sidney Hertz, Arthur Gold, Jeanette Wagner, Minnie Davidson, Angelita Korkos, Lily Mechshi, Nizar Michael, Irving Silberberg, Dorothy Lutz, Melvin Crosby, Moishe Ben Nisan, and Mendel Baslev. Please rise for Kaddish Yatom, which can be found on page 606. 606. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah,
Amad Yirachute, Lik Malchute, V'chaye Hon, Ubiome Hon, V'chaye Dekol Beit Yisrael, V'yagala Ubizman Karev, V'imru Amen. Yesh Shemei Rabbah, Yivarach, Yam Ameh, Ameh Amaya, Yiparak, Yishabach, V'yipar, Yiraman, Yinaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitalel, Shemei Dekudusho, Barichu, Ve'ela, Ve'elam, Yikom Brachata, V'shirata, Tush B'kata, V'nekamata, Damiram, V'alma, V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah, Yishamaya, V'chayim Olenu, V'yakol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen.
Oseh Shalom b'imruav,
V'yaseh Shalom,
Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, Amen. You may be seated. Our Ne'ilah service will start in 15 minutes at 6 p.m.